Hello everyone, welcome back to Sahara TV. I'm Chika Odor. Right now we're going to briefly discuss the issue of electricity in Nigeria and whether or not it should be privatized. Right now joining us via telephone in Nigeria we have Mr. Joseph Ajero. He is the Deputy President of the Nigeria Labour Congress as well as the General Secretary of the National Union of Electricity Employees. Mr. Ajero, welcome to Sahara TV.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us. So can you just give us a brief synopsis of what happened yesterday? There was a showdown between government soldiers and employees at the power holding company of Nigeria. Can you tell us exactly what happened? I understand it started early in the morning.
Yeah, earlier at 5 a.m., soldiers from the Nigerian army spoke into the premises of the power holding company of Nigeria and restricted the workers from getting entrance to their offices. And in reaction, the workers, barricaded the gates. In other states of the Federation, the workers equally staged peaceful protests in their workplaces. That was exactly what happened. But plus now, there have been issues on personal reforms and severance for workers. So that we could suspect may have led to such an action from government.
So, Mr. Ajero, as the secretary of this union, can you tell us what exactly is the union fighting for in terms of their demands?
Sorry?
What is the union fighting for? What are they demanding?
Oh, fine. Good. Prior to now, the union had tried to enlighten the whole country about the need to have a steady power supply before contemplating privatization, because the union had argued that a commodity that is not available cannot be affordable. But when it appears that the government was determined on privatizing, the union now went into negotiation with the government with regard to paying the workers off, since there is going to be change in employment from government employees to private employees. And then we entered into almost a 14-month negotiation. And at the end of the negotiation, government said it was not going to pay gratuity because, according to them, the new Pension Act has abrogated it. And the unions contended that in no way did the new Act abrogate gratuity. So we have searched all through all the new Pension Acts. There was no way. And all the people living in employment in Nigeria, in the banking sector and other sectors, are still collecting their gratuity. So we demanded for it. Then it says that the new Pension Act made provision for 15% payment from the workers' pay. And we contended that prior to the new Pension Act, we have been contributing 25%. And the Act, in actual sense, made 15% a minimum provision and encouraged those contributing higher to continue. And since then, we have continued to contribute 25% from 2004 when the Act came into effect to date. So if you must disengage people, you can't pay them 15% when they have contributed 25%. These are the two basic issues, that are in contention. And they said they were not going to pay and left and resorted to the use of soldiers.
So, Mr. Ajero, Nigeria is still considered the giant of Africa, yet it does not have stable electricity supply. Many millions of people go without lights, even for up to 4 days. What do you think is the fundamental problem here?
Hello?
Yes, hello. Did you hear me?
Yeah. Can I have the question again?
Yeah, I'm saying that Nigeria is the giant of Africa, yet it does not have stable electricity, and people go without lights for 2, 3, 4 days. So what is the fundamental problem in Nigeria? Why can't it stabilize its electricity supply?
Well, I think the problem is not separate from other problems in the country. I think it has to do with having the proper leadership that will fix the sector. Because prior to now, during the Obasanjo regime, about $16 billion was allegedly spent in the sector. And between that time and now, additional $11 billion were equally sunk into the sector. We have additional improvements. What happens is that if, assuming Nigeria had no electricity before this amount was spent, but now we could have achieved a target of 8,000 to 10,000 megawatts. all this amount of money are being sunk into things that are not known. At the state, the National Assembly set a committee to look into this. And certain politicians, certain contractors are interested for collecting money and not executing the projects, not building their plans. And up to now, nothing has happened. So if you remove corruption from this process and then get the right people, I think we'll face our necessity because we have enormous potentials. You know, feasibility studies conducted even as far back as 1990 show that the power plant alone is capable of giving Nigeria 4,000 megawatts, which is what they are targeting to generate now. And we have a lot of coal deposits, gas, and hydro. Up to now, nobody is harnessing it. On a yearly basis, you are hearing of billions of dollars being sunk into this sector. I think if you remove corruption, if you bring conscious leadership, they will fix the power sector.
So do you think that corruption plays a role in the desire to privatize electricity in Nigeria?
Well, I think corruption has played a very vital role, even in the privatization process. That is why some of us are doubtful on the process that is ongoing now, because we came up with even assessment of the power sector, and they said the power holding company of Nigeria, that the value is about 200 billion. And we are contending that 200 billion is the revenue of the power holding company of Nigeria for 8 months. And then we have fully contended that the building of power holding company of Nigeria is more than 300 billion. We have contended that the power plants in power holding company are more than 200 billion. You know, top levels of facilities, that the vehicles in power holding company of Nigeria more than 200 billion. So what they did was to try to even undervalue it. And we have challenged, we have called for open bid for us to now see. And we want a transparent process so that even the workers will be bid values, so that we know the actual fact. If that does not happen, the corruption will continue. The few will take over what belongs to almost everybody.
Mr. Ajero, you have been staunchly against privatization in Nigeria, and I just want to read one of your statements. You stated that when you met the president during your negotiations, he agreed with you that privatization cannot work in the electricity sector, but he insisted that it must go on. And he even banged the table confirming it should go on. The people telling us about privatization are not even doing well. Their economy is in chaos. They keep telling us to devalue our currency so they can take over our resources. Can you just elaborate on this comment?
Can you repeat the comment?
The people telling us about privatization are not even doing well. Their economy is in crisis. They keep telling us to devalue our currency so that they can take over our resources. This is a comment from yourself in a newspaper article. Can you just elaborate on this statement?
Oh, okay. We've seen some people from Canada. You know, we've seen some people from India. We've seen some people, you know, coming in here to say, even from Jamaica, you know, coming in here, even from Brazil, even from Argentina, coming to some so-called professors coming to say privatization is the solution. And what have I read? That pre-industrialization, privatization has never been. In most cases, it's the post-industrialization concept. That a developing country the state must participate in either water, in either electricity, in developmentalism. You know, because if you remove all these, if you remove the state from development, I don't see how the country can move forward. So if you now use privatization, if you use market, you know, as the basis for developing that state, I'm not in the country that the market develops. If there is no conscious effort by the leadership of that country to fix that even in the United States today, about 250,000 megawatts is generated by the state. And then you have the private sector, you have even the municipals and other places, they play a role. And that was why we say if you deregulate the sector and other players come in, it's going to do more than even taking the less than 4,000 megawatts we have and transferring it to the private sector. I have argued that if you do that, you are going to transfer public sector monopoly to private sector monopoly. And that is going to dangerous for a country where over 70% of the people live on less than $1 per day.
On that note, Mr. Ajero, I want to thank you so much for coming on Sahara TV today.
Thank you.
All right, everyone, that was Mr. Joe Ajero. He is the General Secretary of Nigeria's National Union of Electricity Employees.